So you want to help your kid and their spouse buy a house.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe you're even thinking about gifting or selling your own place to them.
Mm-hmm.
Super generous. But hold on a sec.
Yeah.
Before you sign anything, let's take a deep dive into the taxes.
Right.
It could be like a dream come true or a total nightmare.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We're looking at this article by Aaron Skloff.
Okay.
He's a financial expert.
Got it.
And it's called How Gifting versus Selling Your Home Can Be a Tax Dream or a Tax Nightmare.
Catchy.
This is actually part 3.
Oh, wow.
But don't worry, you don't need to have read the first 2 parts.
Okay.
The big question we're going to tackle today is this.
Yeah.
Could gifting your house actually be worse financially
Yeah.
than selling it?
Interesting.
Yeah.
It might seem kind backwards, but it's true. Sometimes gifting can mean way more taxes for your kid later on.
Whoa, hold on.
Yeah,
That doesn't seem right at all.
I know, right?
Let's break it down.
Okay.
Skloff gives us these 2 scenarios. First up, the gifting scenario.
Got it.
So let's say you've got a $600,000 house
All right.
and the cost basis is $100,000.
So just to be clear for our listeners,
Yeah.
cost basis basically means the original price you paid
Right.
for the house
Got it.
back in the day.
Okay, so you're being super generous gifting this $600,000 house.
Yeah.
But here's where it gets kind of tricky.
Oh.
When you gift the house,
Yeah.
you're also giving them that $100,000 cost basis.
Interesting.
Mhm.
So what does that mean?
It means they might miss out on this awesome tax break
Oh.
called the capital gains exclusion.
I've heard of that.
Yeah. If you sold the house instead,
Right.
you could avoid taxes on up to $250,000 of profit,
Wow.
or $500,000 if you're married.
That's huge.
Right.
It's a lot of money.
So by gifting it,
Yeah.
your child is stuck with your lower cost basis. And they can't use that exclusion when they eventually sell the house.
Oh, no.
And that a way bigger tax bill for them down the road.
Ugh, that's the nightmare scenario.
Right. Like, who wants that?
Nobody.
So Skloff has this cable
Yeah.
that shows how this all plays out.
I like visuals.
Me too.
Makes it easier to understand.
Yeah, so it shows what happens based on when your kid might sell the house.
Right.
And there's this, like, danger zone,
Oh, danger zone.
where if they sell too soon,
Yeah.
they could end up paying a ton in capital gains taxes.
Oof, we don't want that.
Nobody wants that.
No.
All right, so let's switch gears now
Okay.
and look at the second scenario.
Right.
Selling the house to your kid.
Okay.
Same house,
Mm-hmm.
same $600,000 price tag.
Got it.
But this time, it's a formal sale.
Interesting.
Now, assuming you meet the requirements for that capital gains exclusion,
Okay, yeah.
you know that thing we were just talking about?
Mhm.
The $250,000 or $500,000?
Right.
You could actually avoid paying any taxes.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
On the profit?
On the profit.
That's incredible.
It is.
That's like the dream.
Right. That's the dream scenario.
Yeah, you save on taxes and your kid still gets the house.
Win-win.
Totally.
And if we look back at that table,
Yeah.
there's this ultra safe zone
Ultra safe zone even better.
where, because they bought the house from you,
Yeah.
they get to use that capital gains exclusion too
What?
when they sell.
Wow.
So they could potentially pay 0 taxes
0.
on the profit.
That's amazing.
I know, right?
I'm already rethinking everything I thought I knew about gifting.
Me too.
It sounds like selling might actually be the best way to go.
Even to your own kid.
Yeah, even to your own kid.
Okay, so I'm getting the big picture now.
Mm-hmm.
But what else should our listener think about when making this decision?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
So it's not just about the sale price and the exclusion.
Right.
We also need to consider your big picture financial goals.
Like long term.
Yeah, both now and in the future.
Oh,
Like,
I-
what about retirement? What other assets do you have? And for your kid, yeah.
What's their income like?
Mm-hmm.
Are they planning to stay in the house for a long time?
It sounds kind of complicated.
It can be.
It's a lot of moving parts.
Definitely.
And that's where talking to a financial advisor can really help.
Yeah, for sure.
Someone like Aaron Skloff, who wrote the article we're talking about. They can help you figure out the best strategy for your specific situation.
Yeah, they can look at all the details.
This is reminding me of that time I tried to play chess.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you really got to think ahead.
Several moves ahead.
Exactly.
It's like, what's going to happen next?
And sometimes what seems like the nicest thing to do,
Yeah.
the short term,
Right.
might not be the best in the long run.
Yeah. Sometimes the best thing is not the most obvious.
So selling the house,
Yeah.
instead of gifting it,
Mm-hmm.
could actually be more strategic
For sure.
and more helpful in the end.
It's about making smart choices that set you both up for success.
Both you and your kid.
Exactly.
Now, you mentioned earlier
That there's this third option Skulk talks about.
Oh, right.
Selling the house at a below-market price. Let's unpack that.
Okay, let's dive in.
Instead of gifting it outright or selling it for full price, you could sell it to your kid at a discount.
Interesting.
This could help you lower your capital gains
Okay.
and maybe pay less in taxes
Gotcha.
while still giving your kid a good deal.
That sounds like a win-win.
It does, right?
Yeah. But are there rules about setting that discounted price?
Of course there are rules.
Okay.
You can't just sell it for $1.
Right.
The IRS has guidelines
Got it.
to make sure it's a real sale.
Makes sense.
So this seems like another time when getting professional advice is super important.
Totally.
A tax pro can help you figure out the right discount.
Yeah. Based on what similar houses are selling for.
Exactly.
And make sure you're doing everything by the book.
Right.
So the IRS doesn't come knocking.
Okay, this below market sale thing.
Yeah.
Sounds like it could be a good middle ground
This could be.
between gifting and selling at full price.
Definitely worth considering.
This is all super interesting stuff.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
We've covered so much already.
I know, right?
So just to recap,
Okay.
what have we learned about gifting versus selling?
All right, let's sum it up. So when we're talking about gifting or selling your house to your kid,
Yeah.
it's not just about like right now, you know?
Right. It's about the future.
Yeah, the long-term impact on both of you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like we've been saying.
Yeah.
The long game.
Totally got to think ahead.
Multiple moves ahead.
Yeah, like chess.
Exactly.
And the best move for one family might not be the best for another.
So true. Every family is different.
Totally unique situations.
Okay. So let's say our listener is thinking about selling their house to their kid.
Okay.
What are some things they should talk about with a financial advisor?
All right, so first off, you got to look at your overall financial goals.
Okay.
Are you getting close to retirement?
Yeah.
Do you have other investments or savings?
Mhm.
You know, understanding your whole financial picture helps you see
Right.
if selling your house and making a profit
Yeah.
makes sense for your long-term plans.
Right. You don't want to get hit with a huge tax bill
Exactly.
right before you retire.
No, that's not good timing.
Not at all.
And then for your kid,
Yeah.
we got to think about their income
Mm.
and what they want to do with the house.
Right. So if they don't make a lot of money,
Yeah.
taking out a mortgage might be tough.
Even at a discount, it can be a stretch.
Definitely.
And if they're thinking about selling in a few years,
Yeah.
that could affect their capital gains exclusion.
Oh, right. That ultra safe zone.
Exactly. If they haven't lived there long enough,
Mm.
they might not qualify.
And then they'd pay more taxes,
Yeah, it's all connected.
like a puzzle.
I like that analogy.
All the pieces got to fit.
To get the best outcome.
Exactly.
And a good financial advisor
Yeah.
can help you put that puzzle together.
Make sure all the pieces are in the right place.
And create a strategy that works for everyone.
Now, we talked about selling the house at a below market price before. Let's
Yeah.
dig into that a little more.
No, let's go deeper.
It seems like it could be good for both the parent and the child,
It can be.
but you got to be careful, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So how does it actually work?
Okay, so instead of selling for the full market value,
Yeah.
you give your kid a discount.
Okay.
And that discount helps you lower your capital gains.
Got it.
So you might owe less in taxes.
That's good for the parent.
Right.
But what about the child?
Well, they get to buy the house for less,
Okay.
which makes it more affordable.
Mm-hmm.
And they can start building equity faster.
Okay, so less tax for you.
Yep.
And a cheaper house for your kid.
Sounds good so far.
But there's got to be a catch.
There's always a catch, right?
Right.
You can't just make up any discount you want.
Oh, really?
The IRS has rules.
Of course they do.
They want to make sure the sale price is legit.
So you can't sell it for like $1? No, not going to fly.
So you need a tax pro to help you out.
Definitely.
They can figure out a good discount
Based on what other houses are going for in your area.
and make sure everything's legal.
Got to follow the rules.
So this below market sale thing
Yeah,
seems like a good compromise
it can be.
between gifting and selling at full price.
It's a good option to consider.
We should do a whole deep dive on that sometime.
I'm down for that.
Okay, but for now,
Okay.
let's get back to gifting versus selling.
Back to the main event.
We've talked about a lot.
So much info.
So what are the key takeaways?
The most important things for our listener to remember. All right, so we've given our listeners a lot to think about.
We have
This whole deep dive has been eye-opening.
It has.
All the ins and outs of gifting versus selling.
Especially within a family.
Yeah, when it's your own kids, things get complicated.
For sure, you've got the emotional side
Right.
and then the financial side.
It's hard to separate them.
Totally. So we got to approach these decisions carefully with a clear head.
And all the facts.
And that's what we're here for.
Exactly, to give you the knowledge.
So you can make the best choice.
So we saw how gifting,
Yeah.
while it seems really generous, could actually lead to more taxes.
Yeah, down the line.
For your child.
Because they inherit your cost basis.
Right.
And they might not get that capital gains exclusion.
Which is a bummer.
Big time.
But selling the house, even to your kid, can actually be a good move.
For both of you.
You might not have to pay taxes on a big chunk of the profit.
Exactly.
And your kid.
Yeah.
If they meet the requirements,
they can use that same exclusion too.
When they sell the house.
It's a win-win.
Totally. Like a secret financial advantage.
I know, right? Most people don't even realize.
And then there's that third option.
Oh,
selling at a below market price.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Kind of like a hybrid approach.
Right. Somewhere in between.
Gifting and selling for full price.
It could be the perfect solution.
But you got to be careful. Yeah, for sure.
Get some expert advice.
Definitely talk to a tax pro.
They can help you figure out a good discount.
And make sure you're doing everything by the book.
So for our listener out there who's thinking about helping their kid buy a house, the big takeaway is this.
What is it?
Think strategically.
Not just emotionally.
Don't let your heart completely rule your head.
Makes sense.
Weigh your options.
Understand the taxes.
And talk to the experts.
Financial advisors are your friends?
They can help you make the best decision.
For your family.
For your unique situation.
Every family is different.
So whether you decide to gift or sell at full price or try that below market sale.
It's all about knowledge.
Knowledge is power.
It really is.
You can turn a potential nightmare into a dream come true.
By making informed choices.
That's what it's all about.
Making smart decisions.
Okay. I think it's time to wrap up this deep dive.
Sounds good.
Any final words of wisdom? Just remember, financial planning is a journey.
Not a destination.
It's ongoing.
Things change.
Life throws curveballs.
So stay informed.
Stay engaged.
And don't be afraid to ask for help.
There's no shame in that.
Absolutely.
It's a sign of wisdom.
Well said.
All right, folks, that's all for today.
Until next time.
Happy deep diving.